People seem to be failing to grasp I am not an operative of the Russian military intelligence services and that I'm just a dangerous psychotic. However, people in Wiltshire seem to be unable to get it out of their minds. It's all very interesting. It's also interesting to note that supposedly due to my exposures of the British police, the Russian intelligence services are now severely blackmailing the British police. However, this cannot be entirely blamed on me. Indeed, the blackmailing of the British police is part of the Soviet agenda anyway. Indeed, it's all part of an agenda to coordinate organ trafficking. Indeed, the Soviet military intelligence capacity are heavily involved with the organ traffic throughout Wiltshire, especially the organ networks interconnected with the butcher shop Masonic networks, i.e. the butcher shop rings such as Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop in Devizes and C.J. Robbins in Warminster, who are themselves coordinated by Masonic Lodge networks, such as Moonraker Lodge number 8747 in Devizes and Wyverd Lodge number 8620 in Warminster. Indeed, it's interesting to note that the GIU, i.e. the Soviet military intelligence capacity, are busy blackmailing initiates of these specific Masonic lodges, and this blackmail operation is being blamed on me. However, myself and the GIU are not inclined towards each other at all, and indeed the blackmail operation going on regarding the GIU and the Masonic lodges in Wiltshire, as well as the Wiltshire police, is due to the Soviet agenda. Basically, they wish to control the politics and control the profits of the organ trade absolutely. It's interesting to note that both the British police butcher shop Freemason networks and the GRU profit handsomely off the Wiltshire organ traffic, which, as I've explained, is basically a massive organ harvesting operation operated from Wiltshire Police Headquarters. It's directed from Wiltshire Police Headquarters by Philip Wilkinson, the Wiltshire Police Crime Commissioner. And basically, in Russia, the GRU and KGB are carrying out massive parapsychological experimentation on psychiatric patients. And indeed, after this psychological experimentation, parapsychological experimentation, these psychiatric patients are so damaged, and the Russian state authorities are terrified of word leaking out to the public about these really terrible parapsychological experiments that are going on in closed psychiatric facilities in the Russian Federation. So basically, every 4 years, up to 10,000 psychiatric patients who have been experimented on in these parapsychological experiments by the Russian intelligence and security services are transported from these closed psychiatric facilities to Vladivostok. They are then put on a ship in chains and transported to the Barnstable region, where they are picked up by networks of local so-called gangsters who are police informants and Albanian mobsters, and transported via lorries and butchers' vans to Wiltshire, the main location being Devizes, but also Warminster. Indeed, these 10,000, up to 10,000 psychiatric patients of Russian heritage are then butchered by the butchers in Masonic ceremonies in the cavernous vault systems and labyrinthine tunnel systems of chambers beneath the butcher shop complexes that all interlink up together with Masonic lodges and police stations. Indeed, this underground system is a British intelligence operation. It's interesting to note that MI5 are fully aware of the organ trafficking going on and the collusion between the Wiltshire police and the Russian state authorities in this organ traffic. Indeed, the meat of these Russian mental patients is sold as pork in the butcher shops, such as Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop in Devizes and C.J. Robbins in Warminster. Indeed, the organs are then harvested and sold to the highest bidder on the Russian dark web often, though many are saved for elite Russian transplants, organ transplants. So it's interesting indeed. The Albanian mob oversee the transfer of the organs to the Russian mob in Sicily after they'd been transported by butcher's van by the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop guys to warehouses owned by the Albanian mafia just outside London. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. It's interesting that the Russian state does not want to dispose of these mental patients who possess psychological phenomena on their own territory. So they basically contracted the Masonic butchers of Wiltshire. Indeed, the Masonic butchers of Wiltshire like it because they are able to sacrifice these mental patients. And in the occult world, the ritual sacrifice of a mental patient is of high value. Indeed, the Masonic butchers believe they are deriving wisdom from the deaths of the mental patients. Indeed, they also sometimes eat certain body parts of the mental patients. So it's all very interesting to consider what exactly these Masonic butchers are up to. And all of this is overseen by Wiltshire Police, operating out of various precincts across the county, overseeing this operation. Indeed, the hub of this operation is Devizes, via Wiltshire Police Headquarters and the interconnecting tunnel system beneath the Wiltshire Police Headquarters leading to Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop. Indeed, the mental patients are kept in chambers scattered around the town underneath various residences, such as the series of Low Booth residences. Indeed, the Sabbatai and Low Booth family are highly involved in this organ traffic. So it's interesting to note, indeed, as I stated before, the Rose family oversee the majority of the operation, what with the Rose family being one of the most powerful families in the Devizes area. Indeed, Ed Giles of Rose's Ironmongers is a chief of police and initiate of Moonraker Lodge number 8747, and is one of the elders of Devizes that oversees this operation. Indeed, all of these operations are elders of Devizes operations, and as I stated before, these elders of Devizes in coordination with Wiltshire Police Headquarters run networks of neo-Nazi Satanist child rapists in Wiltshire. So it's interesting to note the 764 network and the Nordic Resistance Movement networks across Wiltshire are coordinated by Wiltshire Police and the elders of Devizes, the 49 elders of Devizes plus the one Aplin family patriarch, who is the shadow head of the Elders of Devizes organization, in a similar way to how the MI6 networks have a director general, yet they also have a shadow head, i.e. Robert Gascoigne Cecil, who himself is the bloodline descendant head of the British Secret Intelligence Service, i.e. MI6. It's interesting to note that Robert Gascoigne Cecil himself has personal interest in this vendetta between myself and Devizes Police, because he has financial interest in the Devizes ring and is himself interconnected with Sovietization mechanisms of the United Kingdom, which is all very interesting indeed. It seems that various luminous networks are divided on the future of the United Kingdom, and are watching this scenario play out between myself and Devizes Please, with both sides attempting to take advantage of it. Indeed, the very Illuminists wish to create a far-right Nazi police state, and are therefore operative to help Devizes Please out of this situation, whereas the Sovietization networks, interconnected with Robert Gascoigne Cecil, interestingly, are operative to blackmail Devizes Please, and therefore maintain their own control over the organ traffic. Indeed, the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst networks operating out of France are basically clashing with Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives operating out of St. Petersburg over this organ trade here in Wiltshire. So it's all very interesting. The Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst has become factional and is fighting for control of the organ traffic in Wiltshire. Indeed, none of the factions are particularly happy with the chaos I'm causing by posting the truth about the Wiltshire organ traffic on the internet. So it's all very interesting indeed. Indeed, it is all very interesting to consider. And we mustn't forget the 76 mental patients that were killed by the people of Devizes between 1989 and 2001, who were operational to expose the Mindgate mind control programs that occurred at Roundway Asylum Gulag. Indeed, these 76 mental patients then stumbled upon the organ traffic and the massive child rape rings being run by Wiltshire police in Devizes, and the fact that the majority of people in Devizes are protected child molesters and child rapists. So it's interesting to consider that these 76 mental patients stumbled on this truth and therefore paid with their lives, just as I almost did when I revealed Alex Day as a baby rapist. And large percentages of the town of Devizes decreed my death, and even tried to hire a hitman from another county to kill me, simply for exposing the fact that Alex Day rapes toddlers, basically. It's interesting to consider this. So it's interesting the lengths that Devizes will go to protect their child rape operations. Indeed, the Crown have relicensed the Devizes ring after they took away its license 2 days ago, interestingly indeed. The Devizes population became so scared that they offered some sort of sacrifice to the Masonic demon gods, which spared their town from some sort of exposure, apparently. So it's interesting, Devizes are sacrificing babies to maintain their town's so-called reputation. So it's interesting to consider the lengths that the Devizes population, who are all operatives of Devizes police, will go to protect their town's so-called respectable reputation. Indeed, the town of Devizes is not a respectable place. It is the child rape capital of the United Kingdom. Indeed, in the night time, the population gather together in crypts beneath the houses and feast on babies, raping them and then killing them and bathing in their blood and eating them. Indeed, they also have sex with the dead bodies of the babies. So it's all really quite disturbing, but this is the truth about Devizes. Indeed, PC Peter Field, Special Constable at Devizes Police, is worried about my exposures leading back to him. He should be, because he is an operative of Devizes Police and takes part in ceremonies beneath Devizes Gentlemen's Club, which is part of a police operation involving the mass ritual sacrifice of British and Russian mental patients and British and American homeless. So very interesting to consider the particular demographics that the people of Devizes so despise. Indeed, they despise mental patients and they despise homeless people, and are basically trying to cast those people as needing to be exterminated in the country. What's interesting about this is Devizes has a number of homeless people, though they actually seem to be part of the police confidential informant snitch network. So they're actually homeless people who are granted license to be homeless in Devizes as long as they take part in the confidential police informant snitch network that the Devizes police are running, which itself interlinks to 764 and the satanic child ritual abuse networks operated in Devizes by Wiltshire police elements connected to the Order of Nine Angles, which is itself a British police coordinated entity, although its overarching authority is through the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst Kammler faction. So it's all very interesting to note the synthesis of all of these networks and how they interlink and what exactly is going on in the town of Devizes. Indeed, it's all really quite disturbing. And I'm hoping in posterity, after I die of the radiation torture that the Stasi, i.e. the Ferris family connected networks of British police operatives, murder me by in the next 3 or 4 years, if I even make it that far, I hope that in posterity someone finds this video diary and exposes Devizes for what it is in a large explosive exposure. So it's very interesting indeed. Some of the details I have about Devizes are a little bit sketchy indeed. One night in January 2020, as I was walking near Morris Lane, I encountered 3 Russian mental patients, 2 female and 1 male, who explained to me that they had been part of a parapsychological and paranormal investigation done by the KGB in Russia and had been transported there. They told me that they were being kept in a cellar beneath one of the Low Booth residences in Devizes, and said that the Low Booth family used to ritually sexually abuse them in Sabbatean ceremonies. And basically they were expecting to be slaughtered at some point soon by the butcher shop. Indeed, they explained to me that I needed to expose the town, that it was my duty as one of them, because they could see I was a mental patient possessing psychological phenomena. They basically said to me that it was my duty to expose Devizes for what it is. And so I went ahead and did it, though due to my amnesia, I'm a bit sketchy on details at times, and I forget certain things, as I am an amnesiac mental patient. I have severe memory loss from certain episodes and periods of my life. It's interesting that I exposed Grenville Lodge very successfully in 2013, and all of these exposures were removed from the internet completely by the Cemetery Network, who are operative from a crypt beneath the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, who are Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives and arch-druids of German Freemasonic orders. It's also interesting to note, indeed, Kaslinch's network interconnect with the Freemasonic network of operating for the Cemetery Network. Indeed, Kaslinch is a Freemason of Grenville Lodge number 1787, operative for the British police to destroy me at all costs. So it's very interesting indeed. This guy has decided I am his enemy, and as a Satanist, he cannot get over me. Indeed, he wants to ritually sexually abuse me, fuck my dead body, and cannibalize me. There is a serious problem with that man. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider. My exposures of Grenville Lodge cost the life of my girlfriend, Catty, a beautiful feline brunette. Indeed, she now speaks to me inside my head and is directing me to form new networks of felines to begin a large exposure of Devizes and Devizes police, just as the Russian mental patients I encountered two very beautiful ladies and a male who looked surprisingly like me on the streets of Devizes that night, and they urged me to expose Devizes, destroy Devizes Police, and ruin the town for all eternity, which is basically what I'm intending to do. Indeed, I intend to put as much information to the public domain about Devizes as I possibly can. Indeed, at Devizes Gentlemen's Club, they are constantly discussing me, i.e., the supposed son of PC Peter Field, Special Constable at Devizes Police. However, I am not their biological son, so it's all very interesting to consider the fact that this Field family, this Bank of England connected Masonic devil worshipping Field family of Khan, are keeping me hostage and basically mistreating me, persecuting me, and attempting to destroy me and my reputation as an incredible conspiracy theorist. Indeed, these networks that gather in the Devizes Gentlemen's Club are on my hit list and shall not be spared from the wrath when the mental patients come. Paranormal, psychotic, dangerous, lunatic mental patients come and destroy your fucking town.